Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again. My name is Catalina and I'm the person behind By Catalina Designs, and today we have a weekly journal. I'm coming after vacation. We went to visit my parents in Romania. We celebrate Easter and it was nice. To meet with friends, with family, to catch up on what happened in the period since we didn't saw each other. So it was nice, and a lot of food, by the way. And now I'm back and back to my routine, and actually I'm so happy to be back because I didn't crochet, I didn't do anything while I was away. I didn't have time actually. So yeah, it feels nice to be back. I feel refreshed, and I can wait to work on the projects and to finish some projects, to start new ones, and so on. So this week the main focus was to finish the shirt, but I took it slowly, so I didn't plan to do too many things. I took it slowly. Back to school with my daughter was a bit difficult to readjust with sleeping hours and so on, so we took it slowly. But this week I managed to finish the shirt, and I started also to work on the black dress, for which I will follow the same pattern for the top, and then I will add and work the skirt, the length. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about how this week was. I didn't manage to start working on the pattern, but I will starting next week. I think this will be the main focus again. Again, I have to write patterns and do all the stuff, which is something that is not so enjoyable. So yeah, if you want to hang out with me and see how this week was, then please stay here with me. I will also share the tip of the week, and it's related to the shirt, and I will show you how to make the perfect button band, because sometimes I have the feeling that these things are kind of known by everyone, but I know that is not like that. So I will show you how I calculated the buttons holes according with the length of the button band, how I sew the buttons, and also I will share with you a tip for the buttonholes, how to make them last longer, because usually they tend to opening up the buttons and closing the shirt, opening the shirt, and might get loose in time, the buttonholes, and then the buttons won't stay there. So I do have a tip to share with you about this aspect as well. So I hope you'll find interesting this video, and yeah, let's get started. Hello everyone, it's Monday. I just drove my daughter to school, and now on my way back I was just stopping, sitting on a bench, and said to tell you what happened, because I didn't post anything. I wasn't available for nothing, because during this vacation we went to visit my parents in Romania, and it was nice. It was a break from everything. We celebrated Easter because on 5th of May in Romania Easter was celebrated, and we ate a lot, we met friends. It was nice, family, relatives. It was a nice period. So now we came back, the school started, I dropped my daughter to school. I'm hoping this week to finish the shirt. This weekend I worked a bit and finished the sleeves. So yeah, I'm happy to be home, happy to be back at work, and let's see how this week will go. Hello, it's almost lunchtime. It's about 1, and I started to work on the color of the shirt. It's taken me a while because it's just in single crochet and it needs to be a bit wider. I kind of took it slowly today because yeah, it's after vacation and I need to get through a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm taking it slowly. I'm happy to be back at work. It feels nice to work again because for the last couple of weeks I didn't crochet or do anything related to this job. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. So now while I'm making this progress for the color, hopefully I will finish it today and tomorrow to be able to assemble the shirt, put the buttons and weave it in the end, block it, and I can't wait to show it to you. I'm curious also to see how it will look after everything is finished, and yeah, I hope it will be a great week. I think I will see you I don't know if later because I need to go to pick up my daughter, so maybe tomorrow I will catch up with you again and show you my progress. And look who is finished. I finished the shirt and I like it very, very much. Now it's before blocking. I just finished it, weaving all the ends, and now I will wash it, putting in the washing machine on a delicate program with a detergent that it's for cotton and not only. So I can't wait to see it. Okay, now that I finished with the shirt, it's now into the washing machine. I think you can hear it. I started to work on the raffia bag. Hope you can hear me. And you know that in a previous weekly journal I said that I will work with squares. Well, I changed my mind and I started with this pattern with cross stitches and double crochet stitches, and I'm thinking to alternate the color like this. This will be a panel of the bag, but it will have a border, I think in single crochet, and yeah, I hope it will look nice. It's like I find it really difficult to work with raffia yarn. I don't know about your opinion. Maybe I'm not used to it. Maybe I will get used to it, but I find it really difficult. So yeah. So for now, I finished with the shirt. I don't know if I will start working on the pattern today. I will see. And now I don't know if I should start to work on the dress, that it has the same pattern for the top, or should I start working on the jumpsuit that is following for the top part, the front top pattern. So now I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking that if I finish the shirt and I would release the pattern, it would be nice to show the dress version as well. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, now that I finished with the shirt, I will show you how to calculate the holes for the buttons, and I will show you how I'm making it, how I'm doing it. I will show you also how I sew the buttons, and I have a tape for the buttonholes that I hope you'll find interesting. So yeah, let me show you this, and then we will see what we still have time to do today. Okay, so the first thing that I did, you will need to count all the stitches that you have for the button band. I worked, I think, 2 rows or 3 rows before starting to make the buttonholes, and I want to have like a portion at the end of the button band bigger, longer than the rest, than the number of stitches that there will be in between the buttons. So I will start over here. I think there are 20 stitches, so I will remain with 100 stitches. Because I have 120 in total, you will need to count the total number of stitches that you have. And now I roughly see how many buttons I kind of need. And you'll also need to see and to let a few stitches on the top of the bottom band. So I counted 8 buttons, but I will have this extra that it will be at the beginning. So I will have 8 section of stitches and button, and this I will divide the total number of stitches, which is 100 by 8, and I will have 12.5. So because I have 12.5 stitches, means that I will have 12 stitches for each segment, button plus stitches, and those 0.5 multiplied by 8 will let me with 4 stitches at the top. If you have an even number after dividing the total number of stitches, then maybe it will be a good idea to start with the number of stitches a bit lower, so to let a few stitches on top. Because for example, if I will have to let here, let's just say that I will have an even number, then I won't start dividing the total number 100, but maybe 196 or something, to let 4 stitches at the top. And now I will start by working the number of stitches that I have at the bottom, and I counted 20, but I will work 19, and then the 20th stitch will be the first buttonhole. Okay, so because I have small buttons of 0.5 centimeters, I will let the buttonhole only with 1 stitch. But if you have bigger buttons, consider to let more stitches, 2 or 3, and you can, after making the first buttonhole, you can try it on with the button that you have and try to slide it through the buttonhole. So mine is perfect of 1, so I will let it like this. So this is the first stitch out of 12. So now I will have to single crochet 11 stitches. Yeah, so I had 20, and then on the 20th, because you need to start with a button, finish with the button. So basically you have 8 segments of a number of stitches plus 1. So that's why I started a bit lower, just to make sure that the rest of the stitches remains the same. So now in between the buttons I will have 11 stitches, and then 1 stitch will be the buttonhole. If you will have bigger buttons and you will need 2 stitches, then, and let's just say that you have the same amount of stitches, 12, then you will have 10 stitches in between the buttons and 2 stitches for the buttons. And we will continue like this until we will get at the end on the top to work the buttonholes. So basically this is how we calculate how to put the number of buttons and how to calculate the number of stitches that needs to be in between. Of course, if you have a certain number of buttons, let's just say that you just have 6 buttons and you cannot find to buy some others, then you will divide by 6. So the number of stitches that you have for button band, calculating, counting from button first button to the last button, because you will have a few stitches at the bottom of the button band and on the top of the button band. And now for the next row, after the buttonholes, you will work simple single crochet into each stitch, including into the chain space that it is the buttonhole as well. In my case, because I have only one stitch, the buttonhole, it's kind of difficult to make sure where it is. Now I'm testing again, see if the button will fit into the hole after making the single crochet, and it's okay. So I'm kind of going like this, but remember, always you can work more stitches for the buttonhole, skip more stitches for the buttonhole if you need. So now I decided to make the button band out of well, in this particular design is a bit different because I have some post stitches on the edges, inner edge and outside edge, but you'll calculate the number of rows that you want for the button band and then put the buttonholes at the middle, in the middle row. Now I'm on the other side where I'm supposed to sew the buttons. And you can use stitch markers, you can use scraps of yarn like I'm doing, and I will mark where I will need to put the buttons. And you will have again 11 stitches in between each button, so you need to keep the same number of stitches and to start from the first buttonhole. So make sure that you're having the same number of stitches as on the other side with the buttonholes, because otherwise you will have not matching the button with the buttonhole. So now I'm using this stitch markers. This is not mandatory, as you can do it right when sewing the buttons to count the stitches, but I prefer to do it once and then just simply go and put the buttons without having to count again. So now I will mark those stitches for buttons. Again, I'm going this step I'm doing it right after finishing all the rows for the button band, because on this specific design I worked 2 more rows at the end after finishing everything, and there were 2 rounds basically, starting that it goes around the entire shirt, the entire edge of the shirt. So that's why I just did it on the 3rd row, the buttonholes, and then I had 3 more rows to go, but 2 of them were these 2 last rows that I worked as an edge for the entire shirt. Okay, so I marked the places or the stitches where the buttons will be, and now I will start sewing. I do have these neutral wood color buttons. I don't know if they are out of wood exactly, but I think they are. And yeah, maybe they are not the perfect match, but they were the only thing that I had on this size, or not that colorful, because the other one were really colorful, and I didn't want to buy some others, so I will use these. And I want to use thread to sew the buttons that it's similar with one of the colors that I used, and because I have none, I will simply split the darker gray, because this is kind of 4 strands of yarn of thread held together. So I will take 1 strand, making sure that will fit to my needle hole, and I will use this as the thread for sewing the buttons, because it's the same color as the edging and I think it will look nice. And now, after putting the thread into the needle hole, which will be really challenging as to do it, and now I will start sewing the button. Okay, so I let the end a bit longer because I will use it in the end to tie a knot with the rest of the yarn of the thread. And I will go through the buttonholes a few times until I feel that it's secure enough. Okay, and after that I will just make a knot with the end that I let it at the beginning, or multiple knots. And then I will make sure that I will secure once again, and second time. I really want to make sure that this will stay in place. And now we can cut, oh, another knot, okay, and the second one. And the third one. And now I can cut the yarn, and I will repeat the same with all the buttons. Okay, now we finished sewing all the buttons, and we will go to the buttonholes because I want to show you something. I was telling you that I have a tip on how to make those buttonholes a bit more secure or lasting longer in time. So I'm using the same thread as I used to sew the buttons. And what I will do, I will simply go and sew around the edges of the buttonhole, weaving the yarn. I don't know exactly how to say it, but I hope that you can see it. This will give an edge. If you're thinking of the shirt that is store-bought or out of canvas, you see that they have the same thing on the buttons, on the buttonholes. And this is actually, I noticed, I did it a couple of times when I worked with buttons, and it gives me the impression that the hole won't get looser with time, because we are pulling through buttons and then opening the shirt and using these holes a lot. So that's why I think that in this way they will last longer, and they are really looking pretty cute. And in my case, because the buttonholes are really small, this is also helpful to see where the buttonholes are because otherwise it's kind of difficult. Now a second check to see if the buttonhole, now the button fits. How cute is this tiny little buttonhole? So let's see now a second check to see if it's fitting, and it's fitting perfectly. So yeah, this is how I will do it with all the holes. This is after finishing 3 of them, and I will do this over 4, and I will do the same thing on all the buttonholes. And basically this was it with the button band. with this step is the finishing of the button band. A lot of details and a lot of work, and you need to have a lot of patience, but I really love the result. Yeah, so this was with the buttonholes. I hope it was useful. Maybe many of you are doing it like this already. I hope you find interesting the idea with the buttonholes, especially if they are small. I find it really useful. And this was it. Let me know if you're doing it in some other way, or maybe I will change my technique. I'm always open to new things. So yeah, I think this was it for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what else I will do. It's just Tuesday and so many days left, and I'm curious what this week will bring. Hello. It is Thursday. Yesterday I didn't manage to film anything and give you updates on how my day was yesterday because I was too busy finishing this shirt. I really like how it turned out. I block it, I washed it, everything is perfect, and I like it. I like it, I like it. And now it's coming the worst part, starting to write the pattern, grading and everything, which will take me like forever. So I know you'll be waiting for this shirt pattern and video tutorial because we will have everything. I kind of like it with these color blocks, it looks nice. And yeah, I hope you like it too, because I do. It's finally Friday! Yoo-hoo! Yesterday I posted a short video, a reel on Instagram, and the shorts here, how they are called, and with a shirt. And oh my god, you are amazing. So you like it that much, and I'm really happy. It makes me really happy. And as I said in caption, always I'm so excited to share a new project, how it's looking in the end. But I'm also nervous because I know that it will be like, okay, I want the pattern, can't wait for the pattern. And then it's kind of, I feel the pressure to finish everything fast. But yeah, I think it will take me a while because, you know, I'm slow in doing this kind of stuff. So I just want to show you quickly what I was working on today, because I start working on something new. I don't know, with the bag I'm kind of feeling really I feel that it's really hard to work on it, so I don't know. I don't want to give up to that project because I want to make a raffia bag, but so I will show you really quickly because this video is already long enough with tutorial for the buttons band and so on, so I don't want to make it longer. And I started the black dress, so now I'm starting with the top part of the back panel, and yeah, this is the progress so far. And yesterday in the afternoon I was thinking, because I wanted to post some older projects, and I do have the sea breeze cover up, which the pattern was updating, I think not last year but 2 years ago, and it doesn't have a video tutorial. it never did. So I was thinking, what if I will make a video tutorial for the sea breeze cover up, because the project is quite a fast, I think. So I had this yarn Dahlia Mixo from Hobby. I didn't check if it's still available, but anyways, I wear this dress with Schepje wheel at the first, and then I used some other cake yarn from Hobby. So there are plenty of choices out there, so even if it's not available anymore, I know that you can find something to use for. And this is how it's looking so far. I started to work on the back panel, and I hope it will work pretty fast. And I'm thinking to make like a series on shorts as well, and on Instagram. I don't know, I will see how it will work. And today it's a bit colder, so I'm wearing this loose knitted sweater, for which I hope to publish the video tutorial soon, because I have all the footage for it, so I just need to edit it. And I'm not planning to write the pattern for it, so I'm planning just to make the video tutorial, but for all the sizes, to give all the information on how to make it in bigger sizes as well as a pattern, but not a PDF pattern. So yeah, so I think this will be for today, and for this video I will keep on working on these two projects, because I said with writing the pattern for the shirt I will start the fresh next week. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm happy to be back filming again this weekly journals, because I enjoy making them finally. Because at first I was feeling a bit awkward to film myself all the time, but now yeah, it's starting to feel better. So thank you so much. See you next week. Maybe I will finish with the tutorial as well, and we will have some tutorials as well. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend with sun, and see you next week. Bye.